What do you do when you are feeling this constant background sense of disappointment, frustration, inadequacy, unworthiness? How do you deal with that? Well, you feed the mouse. Hi, I'm Marna, and thank you for joining me. So if you watched my last video, which you should be seeing up here somewhere, you heard me talk about petting the lizard, which is soothing the fears in the most primitive portions of your brain. When you feed the mouse, you're going up a level. You're going up beyond that, brainstem region and into the limbic system. Now, the limbic system evolved to push you to find rewards, to push you to find a feeling of success and fulfillment. And originally it evolved with the sense of feeling full, feeling satiated. Now, since your brain is in a cohesive organ and not just, 3 tiers of systems, they all work together, they all interact with each other, and they all affect you at all times. Now, we've already talked about soothing and calming your fears when you pet your lizard. Now we're talking about feeling rewarded, feeling satisfied, finding fulfillment, feeding not only your body, but your spirit. That is the whole point of feeding the mouse, the limbic system. Now, and there are a number of benefits for this. When you feel physically, emotionally, conceptually, spiritually fed, you can let go of longing, of disappointment, of frustration, of craving. You no longer feel unworthy. You no longer feel unfulfilled. You are working towards your purpose with all of the emotional benefits that come from that. Feeling fed helps you enjoy positive emotions, pleasure, contentment, accomplishment, ease, worth. And so many of us do not feel worthy. But when we feed that need, then we are reducing stress. We are bouncing back more easily from illnesses and loss. We are strengthening our own resilience. We are drawing attention to the big picture and where we fit into the world as a whole, instead of just in our own frightened little shell. When you are at a point where you feel fed and satiated, then you have so much more to give to others in life. And quite honestly, if you are the type of person who gives and gives and gives anyway, then you desperately need to make sure that you're fulfilling yourself so that you don't run dry. And most of us live in an economy that emphasizes this endless consumption, striving for success, striving for status, and finding new ambitions. But it's also equally important that we appreciate the many ways we already have so much in our lives. And we do all of this when we are feeling fed. So in everyday life, you can draw on so many opportunities to feel this satisfaction. When you start really living in the moment and taking in the experiences around you, you start weaving them into the fabric of your brain so that you appreciate them even more without having to think about it. When you eat, be mindful of the food that is going into you. Be aware of what you are making a part of you. Take pleasure in the eating and focus on getting enough without needing to become overstuffed. When you breathe, know that you're getting all of this oxygen just given to you. There's a great song that starts off, when I wake in the morning, I step outside, I take a deep breath, and I feel really high. That's it. Wake up in the morning, step outside, and take that breath. Feel that breath entering into you. Feel the coolness of the air expanding within you. Feel the joy of the new morning expanding within you from that deep breath. Pay attention to the sights and the sounds around you. Again, this is part of mindfulness. This is part of being present in the moment. Instead of being off in thought in your monkey brain, thinking about what's going to happen later on, look at the now. Open yourself to everything that is around you. Recognize the smells, the sights, the sounds, the touches. Pay attention to the world in your immediate environment instead of what's coming later. Receive the warmth of other people. When you are interacting with someone else, open your heart up to them and feel their heart open up in return, even if they are not aware of it. It happens in so many ways. When you display compassion, kindness, and humor, that is returned to you on an instinctual level. When you can, spend some time in nature. Let yourself feel supported by the natural world. Walk barefoot on the ground and feel the earth beneath your feet. Go into the water and feel it supporting you. Pay attention to the plants around you. Pay attention to the animals around you, like Boober there. Open yourself up to their love and their affection, and stop demanding that they serve you in order to be allowed to love you. The more you connect to everything around you, the more you're going to feel the connection with the greater universal consciousness itself. And the more you will realize that the universe really does have your back. You are not being cast out adrift on your own, even when it feels that way. Because whenever you feel like you are completely cut off from everything else, you're the one who's done the cutting. You're the one who has isolated yourself. Allow yourself to feel protected and enabled and delighted by all the things that are around you. Look with the eyes of a child at the world around you. How wondrous are the things that we've created for ourselves. How amazing is it that we can run a system of copper wires and from that get light and heat and sound. Enjoy the wonders of the world. Just because we have scientific explanations for why this all works doesn't make it any less wondrous or any less deserving of our awe. Okay. This also translates into welcoming abundance into your life. So be aware of abundance coming to you, not just money, but abundance of food, abundance of love, abundance of laughter, abundance of life coming into you. Whether it's what you earn, whether it's the result of a project, whether it's, someone just randomly gifting you with a smile. Notice that abundance and be appreciative of it. And at the same time, notice the goals that you accomplish. So often we get caught up in this series of moving goalposts where we reach one goal and we're immediately looking at the next one down the line. Take the time to appreciate the goals that you have achieved, even the little ones. If you are having a bad day and all you can manage to do is go into the kitchen and wash your bowl of from your cereal at breakfast, take a sense of pride in accomplishing that much. Yes, I got this one done, because having that sense of accomplishment will make it easier to move on to that next goal. And, appreciate even the difficult experiences, because every experience brings an opportunity for growth. It may be uncomfortable. It may be things that you would never want to go through again. But still, the opportunity for growth is there. Take that opportunity and use it to grow beyond what your fear-based lizard brain is trying to hold you back to doing. So right now, having just gone through this whole list of ways that you can feed yourself, tell me, how are you being fed? How are you feeding yourself? What is it that is making you feel fulfilled right now? Put it in the comments, let me know. And time to time, make the time to sit and appreciate all the things that life has brought to you. It could be before or after a meal. It could be right before you go to bed. Appreciate what you have. Feel gratitude for the life that you have. Even if all you're feeling gratitude for is that you're not being rained on tonight. And trust me, I've been homeless. I know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night to a drip on the forehead. Feel gratitude if you're sleeping dry. Feel gratitude that you can watch a video. Feel gratitude that you can take that deep breath. You don't have to be in it constantly, but the more often you allow yourself to feel this gratitude, the more you will appreciate all the wonders that life is surrounding you with. The more you will see those wonders, the more you will appreciate them being in your life, the more they will appear to be there. And it may be the same amount of blessings you had before, but you're more aware of them. And that awareness increases as you get more grateful for what you have. Once you register this sense of being fed, of being fulfilled, let it sink down into yourself. Even if that means you have to imagine a little teeny mouse in the back of your brain sitting there nibbling away at all the good stuff that you're giving it. Let that sense exist. Absorb, internalize, digest all the wonders that are already in your life. Let this knowing sink in again and again. The more you're conscious of what you have in the present, the more appreciative you have of what you have in the present, the more you will be in what the Buddhist teacher Nhat Hanh calls the pure land of this moment. The more you will understand how that fulfillment lifts you up and makes it possible to face all the other things in your life. I'm Marna. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.